Twist on and let the beat rock. For all my Southside niggas that know me best, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that bitch famous. Goddamn. I made that bitch famous.
It's your boy, TheVillainLuis. Yes, I am back. I know it's been a long time. I know you missed me. I just love listening to that intro. It gives me like the rush. I just love, Kanye West and I made that bitch famous. No, but do you ever have those like songs that just give you like they just pump you up to like start doing stuff? And I have a couple of songs. Ironically, well, not ironically, but weirdly, 3 of them are from High School Musical, which is weird. Regardless, of course, it's Kanye West Famous. Bet on It by Zac Efron, Scream by Zac Efron, and I forget what it's called. It's like 16 minutes for the game time. Yeah, the first song in High School Musical 3. I'm a weirdo, I know, it's totally cool. But yeah, it's been a while since I've uploaded a YouTube video, and it's weird because I'm trying something new. I'm doing a podcast, and I'm gonna talk about like ASMR in a little bit, but we'll see how things go. Kind of a little bit of a rebirth for me. It's been a while since I've uploaded, and I just kind of wanted to. Well, I just want to put the boring things out of the way, just to address why I was gone for such a long time. Not that like not that there was like people like, dude, Luis, you need to post. There was a couple of people that were like, you, dude, come on, post again. I like your content, this, that, or whatever. But I just kind of lost my drive. I didn't want to do something I wasn't enjoying, and the state of Call of Duty and YouTube was just not a place where I was happy to create content, and the place of YouTube right now is it's just not good. I really don't like it. But that's just a whole bunch of bullshit that's like whatever. But yeah, I was actually texting someone yesterday, and we had a great conversation and back and forth. There's just a lot of good stuff going on. But then the subject of like, what do you do comes up, and this person told me what they did, or what they quote unquote do. Meaning, when I say what do you do, meaning like what are your hobbies, or what are your extracurricular activities, or just what are the things you do like for fun, or for me it's acting and like playing video games and kind of entertaining and just a whole bunch of weird shit. All right, a bunch of weird shit. And the topic of like playing video games and YouTubing kind of came up, and I just sent the link of this channel to her, or that person. Jeez, now it's a her. Whatever. And I started watching my videos again, and she watched them as well. And I just kind of kept going back and forth, like texting and watching my videos, because I was so entertained by like watching my videos. Although that sounds like weirdly conceited, I guess. I don't know, but it was weird. I saw the joy and love I had for making videos, and I was like, you know what, I'll just kind of go back to it. And I guess today I'm just making a podcast just because I want to put something up. I don't know, I just find it weirdly, and like it's just a satisfying feeling knowing that you're creating something, because I'm a natural born artist, entertainer, entrepreneur as well. I just like going out there and doing. I'm a doer, and not doing art for like a whole year because I took kind of a break from acting, just tried to learn the industry and the business of acting, as well as the whole YouTube thing. I just didn't have a drive for it. So now that I'm kind of getting back to it, and I kind of know a little bit of the business of the acting and the YouTube and this that or whatever, I kind of was like, actually let me just go and have fun now. And that's kind of what I'm doing now. I kind of forgot what I was talking about, but whatever. I'm just happy to be back again. But yeah, that was kind of it. But I want to talk about the COD scene, the Call of Duty scene, and the YouTube scene right now. Call of Duty is this whole year has been essentially dead. Infinite Warfare was a flop. I made a video where I said that I liked it. Well, I barely played it after that month. The Call of Duty competitive scene, I actually think it's doing really well right now. But Black Ops 3 was, I think, the best Call of Duty of all time. Even though Modern Warfare 2 will always have a special place in my heart, because that was my first Call of Duty. But yeah, Call of Duty right now is just, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Infinite Warfare. I mean, I'm happy, and World War II is coming out, so that'll be interesting to see. I don't know if I'm gonna get it yet, because I dropped $100 on Infinite Warfare, and that was a piece of shit. So I don't really want to drop $100 just for a game that I play for a month and don't like look at anymore. Like, it's uninstalled from my Xbox, so that's how. I mean, I played Modern Warfare Remastered for a little bit, but that's like I didn't even make it to level 50 or 55. I forget what level it was. But yeah, I hope that, you know, the Call of Duty scene comes back and becomes relevant in the YouTube community, because I really love that game, and it's kind of it's sad to see that Call of Duty and video games don't really get that much respect on YouTube, even though the biggest YouTuber is PewDiePie, who's a gamer. That's the whole thing. But yeah, I have a bone to. This is a change of subject, but not really. I have a bone to pick with the Call of Duty scene, competitive scene. I feel like my team is Optic. I love Optic. That's the team I support. I've supported them since the top 5 plays of the week, or the top plays of the week by Optic Hex. That whole montage, that whole series. It was like featured on Machinima. I was in the Call of Duty scene since the beginning. Regardless, I really don't like that all the Call of Duty players like each other and are friends. Like that just, like, of course there's still going to be competition, but it's not like a fierce rivalry. Like, the reason you watch sports, like, you see, what is it, the Dodgers and the Giants, or is it the Giants or the Padres? I don't fucking know. I don't watch baseball. Or you see the Lakers versus the Celtics. It's because there's pent-up rivalry. There's drama. There's bullshit. Like, the reason why this McGregor and Mayweather fight is going to be huge isn't because Mayweather McGregor is going to be a good fight. It's because all the shit talking and pent-up animosity and the storyline and this, that, or whatever, that's going to make it interesting. Like, that's what I want to see. Like, yeah, it's cool you're playing your video games and you're competing and this, that, or whatever, but I want to see you, like, get in someone's face and tell them, you're a bitch, I'm better than you, you suck at life, or you're awful, or you're a fool, or like a whole bunch of things. Like it just be so, like, I just love it. I just love competition. I'm sorry, you guys. There were some technical difficulties, but as I was saying, I need to get a new computer. But regardless, as I was saying, in high school, when we would go to acting competitions in my theater class, I'd be the most competitive. I'd do some of, like, the weirdest things to kind of get an edge on the competition. Like, I would research the school we would go to compete and what type of floor they had, just because, you know, every movement and every little chair change and every little scene would change just, you know, with the environment. I would also go on Instagram and start looking at the people who would upload their videos, and on YouTube. Like, if you like, that's some of those, like, if you go to a competition and you upload your videos, or, you know, you show your game plan, like, if you're in sports, you're an idiot. Like, why would you do that? You're literally giving the opponent so much ammo. Like, now they have your game plan, now they know how to prepare, now they know what to do. It's a whole thing. But it doesn't matter, because when I went to competitions, no one was gonna beat me. No one was gonna beat me. I was like Kobe Bryant with the vicious, you know, mentality. I'm a cold-blooded assassin. When it comes time to be clutch, I would always be there. And you know, during the rehearsal process, I would be a kind of a dick or a jerk, because if you didn't come along with me, I would drag you with me, and if you let me drag you with me, ooh, I'll drag you to the fucking moon. It was a joke. It was a joke. Yeah, when it comes to competition, I'm not the guy to mess with. Like, I will always come with, like, will I always win in every competition in my life? No. I mean, I'll try to win more than like 80%, but, you know, your boy, I mean, everyone's a human being. No one's perfect, but, you know, I try to be the best version of me. And and I try to be the best, overall the best, and that's what I kind of come with, a competitive, viciousness and mentality, just to go in there and murder and kill that performance, and that's just kind of what I did. And I don't even know why the fuck I was talking about that. Like, that's just weird. But yeah, so the YouTube scene right now is kind of annoying. Like, the whole Jake Paul thing, like, I hate that fucker. Like of course he's young, he's a little older than I am, whatever. He's 1 year older. We're essentially the same age, right? He's a YouTube star, Disney star. Would I want to have his life? Yeah, of course. Dude, this guy's good looking, young, and rich as fuck. And he's white. He's a white male. My goodness, white privilege. Shout out to white privilege. No, but yeah, I feel like a lot of people are really just hating him because they're jealous of him. But this guy's a dick. Like, no, never mind. Not, people aren't. Well, some people are hating him because they're jealous of his lifestyle and who he is. But I feel like a lot of it is this guy's just not humble. He's a dick. He's a jerk. He's ruining the life of his making the lives of his neighbors just, awful. It's just terrible. He's annoying. Do I want him to go to jail? Yes, but not for a long time. So he could learn a lesson about humility and knowing he's not, this mega star that he could do whatever he wants, and then he's above the law and this, that, or whatever. Because that's kind of what happened to Justin Bieber. And then Justin Bieber, after he went to jail, I don't know if he went multiple times, but after he went to jail, he kind of changed, and I think I really like Justin Bieber now. I liked his music before, but his, the way people saw him was not the greatest. Regardless, yeah, speaking about YouTube, I've been getting into like these ASMR videos, which is kind of like, I don't know, it's weird because I think I saw it on, like, I don't know, I was watching a BuzzFeed video, and then it kind of BuzzFeed like has some weird ass videos, and I just kind of got recommended, or not recommended, but it was like related video or something, an ASMR video, and I saw it. I was like, what the fuck is this? I thought it was like some weird porn shit or whatever, but like apparently a lot of people like masturbate to it. Regardless, like I actually really like it. Like ASMR Darling, who's really cute, by the way. She's my age. You know, your boy. But yeah, and I was listening to it. I was like, dude, I could totally do that. I could totally do ASMR. Like listen. So, I was actually thinking about creating some ASMR videos because I think it's actually really cool, and these videos aren't really too difficult to make, but I feel like my channel really doesn't allude to that audience. Like, I just imagine a whole bunch of freaking gamers watching this and being like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it'll be kind of weird, but like, it's kind of soothing and weird, and I would use it to meditate, and oh, real quick thing, for some reason my computer's fucking up. I mean, it's like 7 years old or whatever, but like, it's fucking up. It's super old, and there are a lot of technical difficulties, so hopefully this podcast doesn't come out too choppy. But yeah, if you guys really liked a little bit of that ASMR, that little taste missed that little sample I gave you, put it in the comments and say that you want to see more, because I think it'll be something really easy and cool that I could put out. And plus, the state of YouTube doesn't have too many ASMR males or like guys that are doing it, and then it's weird to call them ASMR artists because it's like an art or whatever the fuck. But like, I think it'll be cool. And this is whispering, if you didn't know, is really, really bad for your voice. And since I'm an actor, I shouldn't really be doing this because, you know, my voice is really important to me. But with that being said, I'm gonna take a quick break, and once I come back from that break, I'm gonna talk about throwback music from the early 2000s and a whole bunch of other cool things. I'm also gonna play a Would You Rather game. A Would You Rather. And I'm gonna tell you guys a little story. Alright, so stay tuned. I love you. Hello, how's everybody doing? I'm back. It's your boy, TheVillainLuis. I hope that wasn't too weird for those people who it's your first time listening to ASMR. But regardless, I want to talk a little bit about the early 2000s and why I think if you were born in the early 90s or the mid 90s, you probably had like the best, actually early 90s for sure. You probably had the best of everything. You probably lived in the best time period. Okay, so let me explain. So people who were born in the early 90s could go to college and they wouldn't have, they would still have a lot of debt, but it wouldn't be to the level that students have now. Like, you go to college now in 2017, 2016, 2015, and you're fucked. Like, you're done. Like, dude, I'm sorry. You're smacked in the face. Like, in 2000, like the early 2000s, like, well, actually, I don't know about that, but like, it wasn't as bad as it is now or is going to get. You probably lived in the best time period in that you probably remember like getting those VCRs and having those like crank televisions, and you were able to adapt from like the older stuff. Like back in the day or in the 90s, I'm sure that's when kids would like go out and skateboard and play outside with friends and ride bicycles, because, you know, that's kind of what it was done. But now these kids are just like on their phones and playing video games, lol, and just, you know, doing a whole bunch of electronic and technological things, and not going out there and being very physical and really, I guess, enjoying life to the fullest and enjoying like a lot of cool things. One of the really, really cool things that I think came out of from the 2000s, which is when, you know, the people who were born in the early 90s was when they were teenagers, is the music and the culture. Like, MTV was popping. Like, if you were a teenager, you were watching MTV in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, and even going into like the late 10s, or what is it? I don't know. Like, in the 2000s, like, the music was just amazing, and the whole like culture, like the Jackass, the skateboarding, like the alternative rock face, like the emo, like, I think that was just super cool and like so kind of like weirdly humble and down to earth. I don't know why, but I think that's just such a cool time period. And yeah, I just think it's a really, really cool time period. Like, I was listening to throwback music, I don't know if it was like 2 days ago or yesterday or whenever, but like, I love Mr. Brightside, Panic at the Disco, you know, Sarah Smiles, of course, I chime in. I chime in. Haven't you people ever heard of that whole song? Like, there's so many vines. Gosh, Vine was a thing. Jesus. Oh, you know, I hate that Viners are now taking over YouTube. Like, it's so commercialized. It's so Hollywood that like the creator, the YouTube creator, is just like he's fucked. Like, if you're not famous, like, it's a whole thing. I don't want to get into it. But like, but yeah, that music was so cool. And, you know, the Killers. what's her name? Avril Lavigne, Kelly Clarkson. I mean, those are, the shit I like. Like Skater Boy is my shit. Like Skater Boy, fuck yeah. What else? Let's see. Just making sure this, I'm just making sure there's no technical issues, just because, I hate it. But yeah, I just thought that time period was really cool. I don't know why I mentioned that. It's just freaking weird. I'm just kind of rambling on now, but let's play a couple Would You Rathers, because I think that's my specialty. Like, and as I'm like looking them up on my phone, I should have been, damn it, Luis, be fucking prepared, ho, you damn ho, you fucking fool, you fool, you're a damn fool. I'm just kidding. You're a fool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going on some weird website. Conversation starter. Would you? So this is like some serious shit. No. Okay, they say, would you rather be able to see 10 minutes into your own future, 10 minutes into the future of anyone but yourself? Oh, okay. I thought this was gonna be weird. 10 minutes. I'm assuming it's at any... No, dude, that's fucking weird. Like, that's a stupid question. This shit is flawed. Let me tell you why. Actually, you know what? 10 minutes into the future of anyone else's. And it would probably be, like, 10 minutes into, like, making a huge bet on a sporting... on some weird sporting event. So that I would, like, make millions, Everything is to make money, Wait, what's the song about? Moolah ain't everything, homie. It's the only thing. You wanna run with the moolah? I forget the song. I'm pissed. I'm actually pissed. But yeah, would you rather be famous when you are alive and forgotten when you die, or unknown when you are alive but famous after you die? Damn. Okay, this is kind of hard, because I want to make that bitch famous, but if you get that reference, I love you. You could get it anytime. Oh, that's actually really hard. But I like the concept of infamousy. Like, yeah, okay, sure. I wasn't actually, you know what? Fuck it. I want to be famous when I'm alive, because when I'm dead, fuck it. Whatever happens, happens. Like, forget me. It's all good. Like, just imagine, like, being famous and doing whatever you want. I mean, but it also depends on the level of fame. You know what I mean? Like, how famous are you? Is it like Carly Rae Jepsen in that, like, time period, and then no one gives a fuck about her? Like, she was a girl that said "Call Me Maybe," that whole song. I mean, she's one hit wonder, hardest one hit wonder of all time. You gotta leave a, like, fuck out of here with that shit. I'm off the scene. I'm off the scene, yo. But yeah, I'd probably have to be famous. Actually, you know what? I'll live in infamousy. I won't be famous when I'm alive, but when I die, I'll be famous. We'll keep it like that. Infamousy. Why? Greatness personified. You gotta be remembered. Like, just no, like for example, like, just imagine Shakespeare wasn't popping. Well, of course he was, but just imagine Shakespeare wasn't popping during this time period. But now, like, fuck, everyone knows who Shakespeare is. Everyone knows who Shakespeare is. Shout out to my boy Willie Shakes. You're a fool. You're a fool if you don't know Shakespeare. Would you rather go to jail for 4 years for something you didn't do, or get away with something horrible you did but always have to be in fear of being caught? Damn, that sounds terrible. But I'm going to save my asshole and do something terrible and always live in fear. Although living in fear is, like, the worst thing. That's why terrorism is extremely powerful. But yeah, I'm not going to jail. Like, dude, I'd be someone's girlfriend in prison. Honestly, like, yeah, like, come on. Yeah, I'm not taking an ass pounding. Like, that sounds terrible. Like, I am not dropping the soap. I would not take a shower. Actually, that's fucking that's disgustingly gross. That's not healthy and non-sanitary. I actually, fuck, dude. No, I'm not going to jail. I don't know what horrible thing I'll be doing. Hopefully it's tax fraud or some shit. And all these Wall Street fucks. It pisses me off that, like, some of the, like, Trump supporters, which are, like, lower class white people, are blaming, or lower class, middle class, all of the, like, minorities for their, for their terrible lives and this, that, or whatever. But it's like, why are you blaming the people that are lower than you? Why don't you blame the people who are up, that control the power and have the ability to change how your life? It's a whole fucking thing. And fuck them all. Fuck it. Fuck them all to death. Fuck them to death. That's from South Park. Okay, relax, you guys. Fuck off. I'm off the scene. Fuck yourself. Would you rather accidentally be responsible for the death of a child or accidentally be responsible for the death of 3 adults? Why is it all going to death? This is so fucking dark. I'm gonna have to do child. Yeah, because 3 is better than 1. Oh my gosh. Alright, would you rather would you rather live in the wilderness far from civilization or live on the streets of a city as a homeless person? I'm not living as a homeless person. My goodness. I work in downtown LA, and I'm like 3 or 4 streets away from Skid Row, or blocks, and it's really bad. Like, it's really bad. And then there's people who just kind of like start going crazy. Like, I knew this guy who was into like creating like really cool like DC and Marvel comic book characters and drawing them, and like he would be able to make a human, like he would be able to take a picture of me and make me into a superhero if I wanted to. Or he was really into that, but he had moved from like Denver to downtown LA with like no money, no family. He just kind of landed out here, and he was just kind of I don't know, for some reason he got into where I was working, and he would be there every day. It's a whole weird thing, but like he was starting to go crazy, and he was like blaming like white people and what. It's a whole thing. It was so weird, but I saw that like within like a week or two, and I'm sorry, why those like weird random cuts, and it like just destroys my flow and where I was going. I don't know, my computer is really old, so I need to fix that. I think I'm gonna get a new computer in like a week or so. It's a whole thing. I'm really, really sorry about that. But I was noticing that this guy was kind of going crazy, and it was weird, and to live that life and to see how bad that is, my goodness. Like, dude, he would tell me stories about how there'd be, because he would have to live on like some shelter in Skid Row, and he would tell me that there's ladies that would like try to jump out of the windows and like hit their heads on the wall, and like you could see their skull coming out because they like started bleeding all over the place, and they cut themselves to the point where like you could see dents in their skull. It was a whole thing. And there's always crackheads and people trying to jump you, and it's just really bad. Actually, quick little story. So I was with my friend Jen and another friend Sean, and we were just like doing stupid shit, and for some reason we were out in like, so here, let me give you all a little rundown. Okay, so of course you guys know I live in California. That's why I have the AC on. It's super hot. Excuse the AC. And there's this really, really cool abandoned zoo out by like Griffith Park or something in like, I don't know if it's Glendale or it's like LA. I don't know. It's in the middle of Glendale and Los Angeles. And there's this abandoned zoo, and I've never been there. Right? I think both of my friends have. I've never been there, and I really wanted to go. So we went, and we were driving and this, that, or whatever. So we show up to the gate because it's like in the mountains, because of course a zoo is a really, 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 really large piece of land and shit. And we were just kind of there, going into this mountain, and there's a little access point where you have to pass to then go, and go to the abandoned zoo. It's actually locked and secured very, 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 very strictly. And we wanted to go in, but for some reason when we went there probably a little too late. It was around like 10 or 11, so by that time it's already closed. But the way to get in there is by going earlier and just like parking your car someplace random or hiding out and then going into the abandoned zoo. And apparently the abandoned zoo is really cool. There's no like I have a fear like if a fucking monkey comes out and starts beating the shit out of me, I'm done. Like he thinks I'm a banana, like a B banana BANANAS, like fuck out of here. Like I'm not taking that shit. Like dude, fuck out of here. Like you see this motherfucker like or some weird, I don't know, some weird monkey. I don't know, it's a whole bunch of weird shit. But we weren't able to go. So we decided to go to Skid Row because that's just what you do, right? When you're fucking 19 years old and you're bored as shit. So we go down to downtown LA. I show my friends where I work, and I'm like, hey, let's go to Skid Row. So we go to Skid Row at like 11, 12, at night. And we realized this was a terrible idea. So I decided to make a left turn on this like one really closed off street, and another car did as well. And the car in front of us starts getting shit thrown at them, like rocks and shit, like literal feces. You can't even imagine how terrible downtown LA smells. Like I was driving there one time and I literally saw a woman taking a shit, like a woman literally shitting in the middle of the road. Terrible. So back to the story. So we were going into that one street, and it's like those streets where there's a lot of graffiti and you see the tents out there on the sidewalks, and there's people with beer bottles, and you see people pour. So yeah, I would probably go to the wilderness and get AIDS by fucking a monkey or some shit. Alright, so would you rather live your entire life in virtual reality where all your wishes are granted, or in the real world? The fucking real world? You boy? Dude, like, why would I want to be a video game? No, fuck. I mean, that sounds cool as shit, but like, dude, in the real world, you get some poom, you get a whole bunch of things, and yeah, to live in the real world. I have an immense appreciation for living life. Like, I just love living life. I think it's infectious. It's great to like wake up in the morning and be like, you know what, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that, or you know what, I'm gonna go hang out with these friends, or I'm gonna go work. I don't know. I feel like I'm just very, very appreciative of life, and I just appreciate, and I'm grateful for a lot of shit. And I think a lot of people take a lot of things for granted, which is kind of sad. So I think I'm going to do one more Would You Rather. This is kind of pissing me off just because of the technical issues, and I'm really sorry for the listeners out there. But yeah, I think the content is not that bad, but whatever. Would you rather... Let's see. Let's do some fucking weird shit. Let's do some fucking weird shit. Let's do some terrible shit. Okay, okay. Would you rather be able to teleport at anywhere or be able to read minds? Fucking teleport anywhere, dude. Like, fuck yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, it'd be the greatest thing. Like, and hopefully, like, teleporting means I could bring like a person or two with me. Like, I'd be like, dude, like I've said this before, but like, just imagine. It's like your 8th date with a girl, and you're like, fuck, I don't really know what to do. Like, we've been everywhere around this city. We've done everything around this town. She's going to get bored, or I'm going to get bored, right? You're like, fuck it. I got this teleporting fucking, skill or ability. Fucking superpower and shit. Mr. Teleporto or some shit. And you're like, hey, relax. Let's go to Paris. Let's go to France, right? You're like, yeah. Let's go to France, right? So you teleport from wherever you are to France, city of love or some shit. Like, bonjour, comment ça va? Je suis un garçon, tu es une jolie fille. I don't even know what the fuck I said. All I know is I said, you're a pretty girl, a jolie fille. All the guys are like, what the fuck? But yeah, you take it to France, and you're like, oh, what you want? What you want to eat? Oh, you want to eat this? Okay, cool. Oh, you don't want to eat that? You don't want to go to France? Let me take you to Dubai. It's lit in Dubai. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's lit in Dubai. Let's go, spend that Arab money. Or just go do a bunch of different weird shit. But I think that would be cool. Teleporting. Like it'd be the greatest thing. Like you don't, like, imagine you don't even have to wake up early anymore. Like, say you have to be at, like, school at, like, 7. No, that's terrible. Like 8 or 9. Like, you could wake up at, like, 7:45. Like, just get dressed and boom, you're there. Boom, within an instant you're there. Ooh, lit. I'm off the scene. I'm off the fucking scene. All right, one more, because I like this shit. Okay. Would you rather be transported permanently 500 years into the future or 500 years into the past? Well, I am a minority, so we're going to the future. If you're a white guy, I totally understand why going back 500 years is cool. But then again, you're probably going to get, like, disease fucked and a whole bunch of weird shit, Just saying. But if you're white, it makes sense. 500 years into the future, yeah, but I have to be there permanently, so that kind of sucks, because all the people I know here and my family members won't be there. They'll be dead. Tragic. I know, tragic. But yeah, just imagine that, the poom, the pussy you could get in that future. Dude, you'll be a celebrity. Like people are like, whoa, what the fuck? How do you use this shit? Well, this is called a microwave. You put your hot pocket in there, and you push the buttons, and yeah, it just kind of works out. What? You have to do that manually? Yeah, you kind of have to work a little bit for it, It's not so easy where you're fucked up the ass by a computer and now you're a robot. Ho, fuck off here. Just imagine the people in, like, the 17th, 1800s. My goodness, people getting fucking cholera all everywhere. Dude, my goodness. The fucking AIDS-infested water people drink. Oh, my gosh. And just imagine having to, like, churn your own fucking butter. My goodness. No. Terrible. We're going into the future. We go, and it's just oh, my God. No. We're going into the future. But yeah, I really wanted to keep going with this podcast because I think I was getting my own flow and getting my groove on. But there's way too many technical issues and way too many terrible chunks. Like, there was a whole, like, that story I was telling you about, the homelessness got cut off and jumped to the end. It's a whole bunch of weird shit. But I'll definitely be doing this again. Don't you question it. I'll be back, and you'll be wanting it, because I know you always want it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was gonna talk about, like, like, texting people and, like, when conversations are good, and, like, whether you like someone or you don't, or, like, how I've been acting again and how I got back into acting, and going back to school, and a whole bunch of, like, really cool other topics I had, and within those topics I probably would have, like, rattled off into some other weird shit, but, like, I don't know, the technical issues are just annoying me, and I want to put out great content, and I don't want people being like, what the fuck, why is it skipping back and forth? But yeah, without further ado, I really, really, really appreciate anyone and everyone who's watched this video. If you stayed to the end, my goodness, you're a trooper. I love you. Honestly, that will make me so happy. But yeah, this is a new podcast thing. If you like it, leave a comment, leave a like. If you have any suggestions, put it down in the comments. I know it's been a long time. I'm back, baby. I'm back. And better than ever, and I am back. That's WWE whatever. Fuck it. Yeah, I really want to thank you guys for watching. Please, you gotta leave a like. Or else you're a fool. And yeah, I really want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, do all that great stuff. And this was the VillainLuis podcast. Fuck, I almost dropped my name. the Villain Luis podcast, and I love you.